Part 3 of the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary will be happening very soon, with the third part of the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary reveals and stuff happening on July 12th. But before we even got that announcement, I put out a tweet a few days ago for the community to give me their thoughts on what they would like to see in a, at the time, potential part 3 of the anniversary. So I asked, Dragon Ball Legends community, talk to me. With this website hinting at a potential part 3 for the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary, what would you guys like to see if it were to come to fruition? Might use this for a video. So, of course, we're going to be going through all of the responses because, as usual, there were a lot of them. My boy Ryuden, okay, that's the GOAT. That is Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku. See, last time y'all didn't know, but now y'all know. Now y'all do. But my boy Ryuden said, I think it's time we got our villain. We've seen nothing but hero units so far. Give me a Janemba, Buhan, etc. Any hype villain to power up some of the hurting tags. I completely agree. Because notice, out of a lot of the characters that we got, either being an LF or an Ultra unit, right? A majority of them are heroes. Now, I get it, right? You know, a lot of the heroes do have moments where they get to shine, right? And those moments are usually highlighted in being an LF. But there are hardly any villains out there that, like, especially in comparison to the heroes that have LFs, and especially not Ultras, because there's only one villain, well, I guess if you want to count Vegeta as a villain at the time, because it was Saiyan Saga Vegeta, so technically two, if you will, that have, you know, Ultras, right, being Vegeta and Omega Shenron, if you technically count Vegeta, because it's Saiyan Saga Vegeta. But for LFs though, a lot of characters, like, are heroes that have LFs in comparison to villains. So if we were to get, for example, an LF Janemba, that would be fire, right? Heck, an Ultra Janemba would be clean too. Think about it, right? We got an Ultra Janemba with an intro of him turning from Janemba to Super Janemba. That would be fire. I would be completely down for that. Or we have like an LF Buhan, right? Like that would be cool too. Heck, we could even have an Ultra Buhan where the Ultra like intro for him is him absorbing Gohan and then becoming Buhan. That would be fire. Like, that would be so good. And also, it's because of the fact that, like, well, Janemba in particular, right, would be two tags I can think of off the top of my head are Powerful Opponent and Sagas from the movies, right? So, Janemba has tags. Buhan also would be on Powerful Opponent, Regen. But I think with them being on Powerful Opponent, they have some, like, cushion, if you will. Regen, as of right now, is not really a tag you could realistically use. I mean, you can if you really want to, but not really in comparison to all the other tags that are out there right now, in my opinion. Janemba has a Powerful Opponent and Sagas from the movie, so I think Janemba would be good all around. But Buhan, more so, would probably be kind of stuck on either Powerful Opponent. If you want to use on Regen, you could. But in a general retrospect, I really do think that they should add more villains, and not only that, help out some of these tags that are struggling right now. Seriously, like there are a multitude of tags out there that are just like on their last legs, and I don't know why they're doing that, right? Personally speaking, I think GT is one of them. GT does have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? And they do have who else? Majub, but those characters can't single-handedly save a tag, right? Like you need more units to complement that tag and more units that are viable to be able to be used on said tag, right? And again, that's just my opinion. It could differ with a lot of people, but the only reason why I say it's primarily those two is because we already know how good Gogeta is. I don't even have to explain him. But with Majub is a good character. To this day, I still think he's a good character. He's not bad. It's that there is a 100% counter to that unit being, you know, it's 17 to 18, right? They counter him entirely. So again, as long as they like help out some tags that are struggling, that'll be great. But all of that aside though, if we were to get a villain, that'd be fire. Janemba and Buhan, I'll be entirely down for, because surprisingly out of those two, my favorite villain out of those two is Janemba. So if he were to get an Ultra or an LF, I'm all down for it. I would love to see that happen. So we have Gibble125 saying, I'm hoping for a Goku and Frieza tag unit, or a new Ultra being a Vegito. Also, I would like to see an LF or Ultra, hoping for Ultra, Z Broly, as the next headliner or free-to-play Ultra since Ultra Omega Shenron released in October. In summary, Goku and Frieza tag, LF Ultra Broly, and Ultra Vegito. So, I noticed that a lot of people do want to see like an Ultra Vegito, myself included. And if we were to get an Ultra unit, I think that would be like the unit, like for sure. Especially because for both Part 1 and Part 2 of the anniversary, you know, Part 1 being MUI Goku, and then Part 2 being LF Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku, I think if we were to get another LF, like, I mean, getting LFs are cool and all, but 3 in a row would kind of feel, like, at this point, we need something a bit more special, right? And what's more special than an LF? Getting an Ultra unit, with the last one being Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and I believe that was back in March. It's July now, so we're well within the time frame of getting a new Ultra, because they said in one of the videos and stuff that it takes them around what, like 4 months or whatever in order to actually make an Ultra. So we're within that time frame to get a new Ultra. So especially knowing that with anniversaries, with Part 3 being like the longest that they've ever gone with an anniversary, that if this is the final part, they have to like go out swinging, and the only way I can see them swinging realistically hard is by throwing out an Ultra. So but these are all fantastic options, because I've also said in previous videos like these, I would love to see a tag Goku and Frieza, especially as an LF. That would be fantastic. An LF or Ultra Broly would also be good, but more so Z Broly, because I mean, we already have like an LF for Dragon Ball Super Broly, but Z Broly hasn't really been getting love like that, which is crazy. But if you were to get like an LF, I think that'd be cool. Whether they do it off of the first Broly movie or even Broly's Second Coming, which I think that would probably be the more realistic option for an LF. But yeah, these are all good options, but personally, out of all of these, for Part 3 of the anniversary anyway, I would really love to see Ultra Vegito. We have Spider Sonic Spy saying, I would like to see an Ultra Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta, LF Gohan, and some side characters around Hybrid Saiyans as a hint to the upcoming Dragon Ball Superhero Club. I'm assuming they mean Dragon Ball Superhero. But it's actually insane, because we got Vegito Blue as the main headliner for the second anniversary, and then 1 year later we got a new Vegito Blue in the game, right? We have multiple iterations of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta as well, but we still to this day only have one Gogeta Blue unit, and I think that's actually wild. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, we got that unit the same year we got Vegito, just near the end of the year for Legends Festival. So the fact that we haven't gotten a new Gogeta Blue yet is actually completely wild. And if they were to give us a new one, I would be completely okay with that. But as an Ultra unit, I'm not too sure about that. Like, I don't think Gogeta Blue as of right now really needs to be an Ultra, especially when there are older units that could probably benefit more off of being an Ultra. Because even to this day, right, Gogeta Blue still gets used in the meta, right? I mean, he may not be as good as he was before, or he could be as good as he was before, like however people may perceive him, but that yellow Gogeta Blue still gets used in this meta, like to this day. So I don't really think we need an Ultra iteration of him. And plus, I mean, the last Fusion Ultra we got was Gogeta, so I really don't think we need another Ultra as Gogeta. As for Gohan being an LF, here's what I will say. If it's around Dragon Ball Superhero, that will make a lot more sense. And I say that because obviously Superhero is out in Japan. And with it being out in Japan, we already know, you know, Gohan's in the movie. He's the main protagonist of the movie alongside Piccolo. And there's obviously going to be big things happening with those characters. So if they wanted to give us an LF Gohan based off of Superhero, whether it's, you know, Ultimate Gohan or, you know, whatever comes afterwards. Again, I'm not saying anything because I know people are trying to stay away from certain portions of content concerning that movie. But if they wanted to give us an LF Gohan based off of Superhero, I would, not only would I be all down for it, I would go crazy on that banner, because that'll be a first bit of fresh new content of Dragon Ball in a Dragon Ball game in a very, very long time, since Broly. So yeah, but also if we were to get like a Superhero iteration of Gohan, right, and it's a particular portion or part of Gohan that I'm not gonna say, because again, I know people are trying to avoid certain bits of information, but if it's like, if you guys know, right, and you know the thing I'm talking about concerning Gohan, if we were to get that as an Ultra, that would be the cherry on top. Like, I would much rather get that as an Ultra than Gogeta Blue as of right now, only because of, you know, Superhero being brand new. But yeah, all in all though, I would more so want to see Gohan than Gogeta Blue. And if it's that particular Gohan, absolutely, look, if it's that particular Gohan, like 50k, I'm going crazy on that banner, bro. We have Dakota here saying, I personally want an LF Buhan. Lately, we've been lacking on anything Majin, and Buhan is my second favorite character in all of Dragon Ball. So I hope if an Ultra Super Vegito comes out, we get LF Buhan with him. This is actually very interesting because surprisingly, I've noticed a lot of people actually do want to see Buhan get a resurgence. And honestly, completely and 100% understandably so, because we got our first Buhan unit, I believe, in the first anniversary. He was paired alongside Golden Frieza, and that unit didn't last that long at all. I really do think that iteration of Buhan, they just did not do justice. Like, I mean, at first, you know, people were using him, all that stuff, you know, special move hit pretty hard and whatnot, but they could have definitely have done better, right? So if we were to get another Buhan, I would actually be okay with that, especially because dude is right. Like, when it comes down to Majins, they really don't get any love unless it's Kid Buu. And even at that, even Fat Buu, the main Fat Buu unit that gets used to this day is still the Zenkai one. But I mean, you know, health buffs and trapping in the opponent, all, like, his kid is good. His kid is good. But yeah, apart from like those two, Super Buu, I'll say as a collective whole, right? You know, Super Buu, Buhan, Bootanks, whichever one you want to talk about. But Super Buu as a whole gets no love in this game, and I don't know why. Because again, when Buhan dropped, he lasted for a little while, then fell off. Bootanks didn't last long at all. So we need Buhan to get some sort of love, and an LF Buhan would be cool. But the reason why I like this idea a lot is because of the fact that it's paired up with an Ultra Super Vegito, right? But you can't have Buhan be an LF and then Vegito not be an LF while being an Ultra, right? That would be like completely like just disrespecting Vegito, right? And also, the reason why I like this idea a lot as well is because, and I think I've said this in videos as well, if we get an Ultra Super Vegito, not only do I want him to be extremely powerful, of course I would want him to have an LF, and I would want it to be Super Vegito based off of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Because you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys have seen that scene. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So if we were to have that as an LF, I would lose my mind. It would be phenomenal for Vegito. Like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Vegito has a team when he's fighting against Buhan. When he first transforms into Super Vegito, you know, you fight for a little bit. Afterwards, he goes crazy against Buhan, knocks him all over the place, smacks him into the air, like does Bing Bang attack and sends him, I kid you not, quite literally to the Shadow Realm. It was impeccable. So if we got that as an LF4 Vegito, I would lose my mind. But this is honestly like a good, an entirely good concept. Like, if we were to get this as part 3 and they actually did that, like, you know, Vegito not only is, you know, Ultra unit, but also an LF, and that was his LF, oh my god, that'd be incredible. Hopefully I say this name right, but we have Navin Joseph. Again, if I butchered your name, I'm sorry, but they said, for me, it's not just the characters, but good lord, do we need more of those too. It's the events. This is already the worst celebration in Legends history, and I say this as a day 1 free to play, but if part 3 is manhandled like part 1 and 2, this is the worst mistake in Legends history. Okay, so, one, this is like the first comment that we're seeing that's not based off of like solely just characters, but the thing is, I actually do agree. Now, the characters themselves are hype. Let's be honest now. Like, MUI Goku is a unit that everybody's been waiting to be in Legends for a very, very long time. So, I mean, the lack of extra characters on the banners is another thing, but the main headliners, you know, MUI Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku are two characters people have been, especially Ryuden, are two characters that people have been waiting for to be in Legends for a very long time. The characters that complemented them, however, well, okay, I'll say Vegeta, right? Because I really don't see him in PvP that much anymore. Tapion is fantastic. Tapion is fantastic. Honestly, part 2, I think, was handled a bit better than part 1, right? But as a collective whole, this anniversary still isn't good. Like, it's still not, like, I do think that the second anniversary was solid. I do think the first anniversary was the best, and the third anniversary was okay. But out of all anniversaries, the previous 3 had events. Because again, you can get the unit, you can play on PvP as much as you want, but you need something to complement that game mode as well. Like, where there is PvP for people that do want to play online and try the characters against other people, there are also others who want to play offline and experience those characters through events and all that stuff. Because contrary to popular belief, yes, a lot of people do play PvP in the game, but a majority of the base does play the game at doing PvE as well. Like, you know, people screaming PvP this, PvP that, that's truthfully a vocal minority. A lot of people play this game with PvE because it's a mobile game. They're quickly on the game to entertain themselves for a little bit, and then they're off. So it's either PvP or PvE, and surprisingly, it's primarily PvE. So with that, I do believe that we should get more events. The amount of events that they gave us for the anniversary was like infinitesimally small, like very, very small. And not only that, it's the fact that they handled the events very poorly as well. You guys know the was it the 4th anniversary was it raid? The first one handled horribly, and I'm glad that the second raid wasn't handled like that. They definitely changed it up. So yeah, part 3 has to be heavy hitting. They need to add events. They need to make sure it's content that will last a while. They need to make sure that the characters are heavy hitting. Well, I mean, the characters that they've released so far have been heavy hitting, but not only are they heavy hitting, but also there's a good amount of characters, all sorts of stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that they can do to revise part 3 in comparison to part 1 and 2. Do I think it's enough to save this anniversary? Probably not. Unless the unit and the events are absolutely mind-blowing, there's not really much they can do to save the 4th anniversary. But I'm hoping that they can at least use this as experience to ensure that the Legends Festival, or, you know, the 5th anniversary, doesn't end up like how the 4th anniversary was. Because I do stand by saying they handled this anniversary very poorly. We have Kurisu Fukansen. I probably butchered that name, I'm sorry. But they said it's probably going to be an Ultra. What I would like to see is Broly with, I'm assuming they meant an intro that transforms into the legendary Super Saiyan from movie 1, or the Goku that does the punch to Broly and explodes after resaving the energy of Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, and Piccolo. Okay, like I said, a lot of people do want to see like Z Broly get a resurgence, which I'm, again, all down for. As an Ultra, I could honestly see that. I could definitely see that. Now, the thing is, Broly turning from Super Saiyan to Legendary Super Saiyan would actually be really cool. And I say that because in general, right? We have Super Saiyan Broly in the game, but based off of the second movie, right? I personally like Super Saiyan Broly from the first movie because, you know, his hair is a whole unique color and all that stuff. Like, he was literally Super Saiyan Blue before Super Saiyan Blue was a thing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would like to see that iteration of Broly get in. And, I mean, I really feel like that Broly gets no love when he actually did fight Goku fairly well, right? So, and plus, we do know that Ultra units have unique animations. They could give him a unique charge animation as well, right? If they wanted to. I mean, they don't have to, but it'd be cool if they did. But yeah, there are so many things that they could do with like Dragon Ball Z Broly as an Ultra unit, and plus with us getting, you know, Dragon Fist Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku, having that Broly be like an Ultra unit for part 3 would also complement sagas from the movies, right? So you could run that Broly with Goku, and it should work in theory. So yeah, I would actually love to see that happen. And also the Goku that did, like, you know, the Shoryuken punch, if you will, we already have that unit in the game. We already have that unit in the game. He was a very fun unit when he first released many years ago. But if anything, I would actually, because the way how they animated that unit in Legends is honestly kind of perfect. If they wanted to add a bit extra to it, they could, but there's not really much that they could do. So if anything, I would love to see that Goku get a Zenkai instead. But also with how Zenkais have been handled as of late, I don't really expect much if they were to Zenkai him. So I guess it depends on if they really want to or not. Of course, if we were to get a new iteration of that Goku, like I wouldn't complain at all. But all in all, though, it would be cool to see that Goku get like a new unit. I still think that they handled him well when they released him in Legends years ago. But an Ultra Broly would be fire. I would actually love to see that. We have Ahmed Dragon Ball Manga saying, I bet they must get started on Super Dragon Ball Heroes characters such as Hearts, Few, Timebreaker, Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose 3, and so on. Bet it's gonna be amazing. Okay, so a few things, right? One, surprisingly, his title is not known as Timebreaker Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose 3. That's a misconception. That's not his title. That form is known as Super Saiyan Rose Full Power Goku Black. And also, I've made videos in the past saying that I just do not see heroes ever coming into Legends, right? And you know what's crazy? And ironically, I have this on my desk, right? If you guys didn't know, Shallot is now in Heroes, right? This right here is the official, I don't know if you guys can see it, probably not focused, but this is the official Dragon Ball Legends like Shallot collaboration card for Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Shallot is in Heroes now. So because of that, that could actually open the floodgates for Heroes characters to come to Legends, right? Because, I mean, we've seen like multiple collaborations happen. I mean, heck, 21, for example, she was originally from Fighters, then they put her in Heroes, and then she's in Xenoverse, and I know she's in Dokkan, and all sorts of stuff, right? So now that Shallot has crossed over to a different game, maybe that floodgate can also open up for him, right? So if we were to get Heroes characters in Legends, I mean, Hearts is definitely a character I would love to see. Few's more akin with like Xenoverse, but no, he's also like akin with Heroes as well. I mean, I guess, right? Goku Black, like the Super Saiyan Rose Full Power, I just do not see that happening anytime soon. But if anything, like I said, if we were to get characters, I would at least like to see them step their foot through the door first and see how the reception is with those type of units. So if we were to get like some starter pack characters, right? I would say Beaten Note, Saiyaman 3, and maybe Saiyaman 4. What else? If they wanted to, they could add Elite and Berserker as well. And if not them, then maybe some other characters, right? Just if those are like starter pack, right? If we're to get Heroes characters, I would consider those characters starter pack. If we were to get some like intermediate characters, Golden Cooler, what else? We have Cumber as well. We could get him, and also there is an English Heroes card of him because I think it was Anime Expo back in 2019. They actually brought Heroes machines over there, and people were able to play Heroes in English at that event. So there's also that, and characters of the like, if you will, right? I would consider those like intermediate. And if we're to get like, you know, some like advanced, like expert level characters, right? Super Saiyan 4 Broly, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito for sure, Super Saiyan God Trunks. Heck, I would even love to see, and if you guys haven't seen Nano's video, you should definitely watch the video because I said it on there. But I would love to see a tag unit of Super Saiyan Blue, or was it Vegito Blue and Gogeta Blue? Because there is a unit in Heroes where they work together to obliterate the enemy. Right in the middle, where they literally clash Final Kamehameha and Big Bang Kamehameha together against the enemy in the middle, and it looks so cool. So as a tag LF, that'd be something cool. But that's like completely opening the floodgates, right? But yeah, all in all though, again, since Shallot, again, you guys see the card right here, right? Shallot is in Heroes. So now that he's in Heroes, the floodgates could be open. And if we were to get those characters in Legends, I'm all for it because I've been wanting I've been wanting Heroes characters in Legends for so long now, and it might finally be a possibility. And honestly, a lot of people seem to be in a similar mindset where a lot of people, myself included, would like to see an Ultra Super Vegito. And honestly, it's because Super Vegito is a very cool character. And not only that, each iteration of Super Vegito we've gotten in Legends has been good. And not only that, but if we were to get an Ultra Super Vegito, he would definitely complement Ultra Super Gogeta very well as well. And that's not the only character that people want to see. People want to see a Tag Goku and Frieza. People want to see a Z Broly, a new one. People want to see Buhan, Super Baby 2. Like, literally, the list goes on. But honestly speaking, I do think that all of those choices are really good, and I would love if any of those were to be a part of the third part of the 4th anniversary. Heck, if they even decided to add Heroes units, I would go crazy, right? But I do want to know in the comment section below, if you didn't actually like respond to this tweet, what would you like to see for the third part of the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary? Again, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.